Alright, current update on my seat belt situation. It's going to be kind of hard to do this. There's the shoulder. There's the upper mount point that I welded in for the belt. So the bottom two mounts, you got the retractor that I call it. I don't know if that's the right name, but I call it the retractor. And the other side of the belt. So these have to bolt obviously somewhere. So I went through 3 or 4 designs in my head, and kind of the one I came up with, I have to make some L brackets which will mount flat to this panel that's missing and then mount to the bracket. So that'll be sitting there like that, and this bolt will be sitting here, or this mount will be sitting here like this, both in L brackets. So what I did for, come on, get me right now. What I did for structure, stay. I cut out this corner here, obviously, because you can see that. I thought about using this bolt, but then it would have brought my brackets way out here, and I didn't want them sitting out here. Up here is a perfect place for them. So what I'm doing, dadgummit, brackets over yonder, hold on. So basically what I'm doing is making some structure so I can, you know, mount here up on the top. So I made this bracket with those are holes for plug wells and 2 holes for nuts for the bolts. This bracket's going to sit in here. It's going to weld to the side of this bracket, which I think this stuff is 14. This piece under here, this piece across, it's pretty strong stuff. This up here is just regular 19. But the big thicker stuff, I think that's 14. Well, this piece will weld in up here. I'm going to try and do this with one hand, so hold on a minute. Maybe you can see that anyway. Well, so I made these L brackets, or channel iron, yes, channel brackets. This will go in here, and these brackets will sit under here like this. Oops, that's upside down. This is the bottom. I'm going to set them in here, then I'll show you. I got 2 of them, combination. Alright. So the top piece is in there, and those 2 bottom pieces, the channel pieces, they weld to the floor. I'm going to weld them on the bracket up top, and then of course it'll be welded inside over here. But that should make that pretty strong. And of course I'll have 2 nuts welded here and on the back side of that one. So my pieces will have L brackets like I was saying, and they'll be sitting, oh, that's too far over. Wait a minute, wrong way. They'll be sitting right there on the L bracket and right over here on the L bracket. Now I think that'll work just fine. I think that'll work just fine. So I got to do the same thing for the other side. I just got it cut out. While I got the opportunity, I'm going to shoot asphalt back up in here and prime that bare metal the best I can. I want to prime my brackets. I got to make the other brackets and do my welding. So I still got some fabbing to do. I didn't show bending any of this stuff and cutting because it's just bending and cutting. You've seen that before. The important part is, you know, what I made and how I did it. So that's what I'm making. So when I got some more to show, I'll come back and show it. Alright, I have primed my seat belt, the brackets. It's going to make up my seat belt bracket assembly. And I put the weld-through primer on. Ground down the areas where I'm going to be welding. You know the drill. Prime the pieces that'll go on back, welded back on, prime them on the inside. So I'm going to start with this passenger side. This is going to be the hardest one, I think, just because of the way it kind of went together. It was the first one I made when I was kind of figuring it out. So I'm not sure how much of this I can show because the camera may be in the way, or I may be in the way. But I'll try and show what I can, so just hold on. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see from this angle. I do know that if I put this camera pretty much anywhere else, I'm going to be in the way where I'm sitting. So we're going to try this angle and see if it'll work. This is not going to be the best welding I've ever done. Between the weld through primer and the rust that was under here and the galvanized, I tried to grind off, and all the above. This is going to be some crappy welding probably. I mean, it's got to be good welding because this is seat belts. So I gotta do a good job. But as far as looks and all goes, so, and these things have a combination here that I got to remember how I did it. Well, it's in there. I don't remember if that's the way I put it in there to start with, but it's in there now. Okay. So that's how they go in there. Need some more light. Where's some other light? So I just want to make sure this is going to fit, which it does. That's a good thing. Basically what I'm going to do, I want to put a couple tacks in here just to hold things in place before I try to weld it solid. That seems to fit pretty good right there. It's a little low, which I know you can't see any of this from where you are. I'm just describing it to you. I think it'll work fine right there. The bottom's it's a little funny because of the way it's shaped, but all in all it fits. And this goes back in there, so let me get it set up to throw a couple of tacks in there. I'm expecting this thing to hiss and pop and do all kind of mess. Maybe it'll surprise me and it won't, but the trick here, oh, that's not even close. There we go. To be able to see what I'm doing is not going to be the easiest thing to do. Alright, so that's about the only place that's going to fit, so. I wish it was higher. I guess I could try and throw a clamp on it. Let me get a clamp. It might help. That don't help, but whatever. This kind of cluster nonsense, there's no good way to do this. It's just going to be a cluster, however you define it. That's in there. May not be perfectly straight, but it ain't got to be straight no way. not for this. So let me go ahead and throw a tack on it. See if I can even get to it. Since it's not going to be easy, I knew when I designed this it wasn't going to be easy, but there's no way around it really. All right, let's see what happens here. I think that will. Let me try and do one more. Okay, that's going to work, I think. Alright. Now, if I was smart, I wanted to be able to take these out while I welded that. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to at this point. I think this is the one I had cut to make a relief for that nut under there, and I got it swapped with that one. So I'm locked in now, so nothing I can do about it. But I can pull it back out of the way. So let me go ahead and weld those on. Get that done. The more access room I've got, the easier and the better it's going to be. Just horse seat. I'll be down here. They're not the prettiest wheels, but they're not the ugliest wheels either. They'll definitely hold. Back in there in the back's where it's kind of hard to see what I was doing. So now that I got the camera over here, what I'm going to show you, what I can show you. Is that hot? No. So this piece goes right here. Welds up through the top, through these holes, and to the bottom through those holes. And this one's the same thing, welds up there and welds through there on those. So, and then of course the nuts, the two nuts for the bolt, one there and one there. So all that'll be welded together. And then of course I'll cover it back up with the original piece, drill two holes and viola seat belts. Alright, so I don't know if there's any need to keep filming this. I guess I will. I haven't started. Just hold on. Is it worth filming or not? Maybe somebody wants to see it, maybe they don't. I don't know. Alright, so next piece I need to put in is that one. So I'll throw a tack on the top side first. Push it back, I will. Not sure I can. I don't think I need to, honestly. It's not gonna. If it hits the front, I'll just cut it off. So let me throw a tack on that to hold it in place. Probably gonna stand up. My legs are laying right here. We're just waiting to get shit on by them welder sparks. Alright, that'll hold that in place. Now the bottom's a different story. I pretty much don't have no choice but to do it that way. So, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see here. knew this was going to be a trick, but there's no way around it, so we're just going to see what happens. Got that one. Work out a little bit now. Work out a little bit. Next wheel. Side right there. Put down there. Oh, look. I think it's 14 days, well, I think 14. I think it's right up. I'll get some well in there. Load it next, load it up. Same deal. Put the tap on top. Okay. Hold on to this one. Move it to get to. Okay. Oh, I'll take this tap apart. Hold on. No big deal. I'm going to this. Anyway. Alright, here we are welded in. See the welds under there, and the welds under there, and the welds up there, and you can't really see these welds, but they're in there. So that's my bracket. All I gotta do is grind down the tops, maybe, enough to let this piece fit, and if it does fit without it, maybe I won't even do that. So all I gotta do now is weld this piece back in, and of course the two front pieces that I cut out, and drill the holes for the bolts into here. But that's it. That's my seatbelt bracket. So I'm going to do the other side. No reason to show that. So as far as the seatbelt video goes, I guess I'll come back and show it all completed. So that's it for now. Alright, I'm finally back to my seatbelt brackets. The lower ones for the lower bolt mounts. So I showed welding these in. This is the plate I made with the nuts on it, the two support plates, welded them in, primed up under there. The piece I cut out, primed the back side, drilled the two holes, I'll weld it back in right here, and then there'll be two bolts for the brackets to come down for the seat belt. So let me get that set up, and I'll get this one welded in. Alright, let's get it set in place here. I'm using my little magnets as usual. These things are really handy. I like them a lot. If you haven't tried them, you should. So what I'm going to do here is just get them started. I hear an owl. It's about 11 o'clock out here. I live out in the country, so I get all the nighttime sounds. I heard a screech. It wasn't an owl. Oh well. Anyway. I use these magnets here to get stuff set in place. Now the bottom of this one's curved in a little bit, apparently, which I didn't know. But what I'll do, what I think I can do is lift the bottom up. Oh no, it's still curved, crooked. I gotta fix that. Huh. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta bend this bottom lip up. It's curled up. It's curled under. A couple of whacks with a hammer will fix that right up. Moved it that time. All right, that's better. Now it's a little proud, a little out. I can push it back in when I'm welding it. Get it right where I want it. Make sure the bolts still fit. Okay, I gotta do a little bit more clearance. I drilled my holes. I used a square and made some lines to guess it. Well, not guess, to mark my holes. And I did miss a little bit, maybe a 1/16 or so of an inch. Which, you know, I don't like it, but it's not gonna hurt anything. Nobody'll ever know it but me. So I clearance a little bit, and I gotta get just a little more clearance here on this bolt right here. So I gotta do that. The way I do this is I make a mark with Sharpie on here so I can see how much material I've removed. You do it blind without any kind of a mark, it's kind of hard to tell how much material you removed. Now, I'm going to cut the camera off and do this. I'll be right back. Alright, that looks pretty good. Fits good. Bolts fit. Alright, let's tack it in there. Alright. I know you know where that came from. I haven't even seen that movie, but I know that expression. I may have my welder a little hot here. We're going to find out here when I tack it on, see how it do. Alright. Well, I think it's about right. So basically I'm just going around the perimeter, getting it tacked in so it can't move on me. I don't know how much it would move, but it could move a little. joint is not going to be perfect, you know, as far as the height, but it's damn close. It's good enough for this. Nobody will ever know it but me. Alright, now I can work this edge a little bit. Hard to see. I can't see it. Don't set that here. That's a little bit. Here we go. A little bit. I'm like, it's not. Oh. I want this hammer. It's going hammer here. I'll probably do that. Here's a little bit. Here we go. Go ahead and get this. So, it'll be. Yeah, a little bit, that'll be all right. Check this out. Alright, back in. Alright, now loading in. I'm starting. Okay. Yeah, got me there. Yeah, it's like a little snow. It's not really. Oh, it's alright. I'm just looking out a little bit, maybe I think I'll there. I might get back done anything now, just a bit. I'll get it. Yeah, just noticing that. That's a good hard to see that here. All right, I've got most of this welded. I've got to sit here and turn my back to the camera, so there's no sense filming my back. So I'm gonna cut the camera off when I get it all welded in. Okay, I got it welded in. Just, you know, welds. I was able to get my die grinder in here and run a little more clearance right in here, but you're not going to be able to see this, but I got plenty of clearance here. Come on, bolt. I got plenty of clearance here for my bolts. You can't see that, but trust me, that's plenty of clearance. Anyway, I'll grind it down tomorrow. I can't do it tonight. It's like I said, it's almost midnight. Even though I'm out in the country, I do still have neighbors and sound carries out here. So I don't want to be making much of noise grinding. So I'll grind that tomorrow. I'll weld that one in tomorrow. Anyway, so this project is almost done. So I'll get all that done and finished up. When I get it all finished, I'll show you one more time. Alright, my seatbelt mounts, the lower mounts are done. Got this panel welded in. Got the other panel welded in. You can see the 2 bolts for the upper mounts. I guess I'll walk around and show the other side just for a quick cut. Welded in, grinded down, sanded them with the DA 80 grit. Ready to put some primer on them. Going to epoxy prime first. Whether I'll put filler on there and block it is up for discussion. That's going to be behind the seat, but I don't know yet exactly what kind of treatment I'm putting back there. If I'm going to build a box, or I don't know yet what I'm going to do. So I may put some filler on it and block it out. I don't know. It just depends. Anyway, those are done. I'm going to call the seatbelt video here. I haven't bought my L brackets yet that mount the actual seat belts. When I ordered the belts, I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to mount them at that point. They offered a seat belt bracket kit that had the little L brackets that go down there, but I didn't know if I needed them. Plus, they're easy to make. I'm just going to take some 1/8" plate and bend them up. And I haven't done that yet. I'm trying to focus most of my time on getting this blocking done right now on the cab. I was trying to get these welded up so I can get them in primer. So anyway, I'm going to call the seatbelt video done. I will show an update one day when I get everything made and the seatbelts installed. That probably won't be for who knows how long. But anybody that's curious about putting seatbelts in one of these trucks, that's how I did it. I cut this out, put the 2 nuts down here, and you saw how I cut out and put the upper nut up there for the seat belt, for the 3-point. So 3-point, I guess you call them 3-point lap belts. So that's that. Okay, so that's that. So as usual, thanks for being here. Thanks for looking in. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Hope you're learning something. Maybe I'm a little bit entertaining. I'm trying not to be so dry and so boring. Some of these videos get long and dull, I know, because I try to show more details than a lot of people do. So be sure to do the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, all that YouTube stuff. And hope I'll see you next time. So until next time, I will catch you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear?